Well, hello there. Welcome back to Vault Hunters. You just caught me vibing a little bit from one of the music discs in my music disc farm. I'm trying to make a point to listen to all the music discs because I really haven't done that yet. This one that we're listening to right now is called Blocks. It's got a nice little beat to it. Kind of feels like a horse plodding along though, honestly, that rhythm. Ah, well, that's enough for now. In the last episode, we made that custom mob spawner with the Guardian farm and then managed to complete quite a number of vault crystal recipes. In this episode, I really want to run a couple more vaults and get to level 15. At level 15, there's some specializations that open up, and in particular, it's the fortunate specialization of Vein Miner, and I really would like to get that real soon. I'd also like to maybe go exploring, but I also want to play around more with that mob spawner down below and make it work even better by adding even more mobs to it. Lastly, I've gotten a lot of catalyst fragments, so I think I really want to play around with some catalysts and see what we can get from all of these vault crystals that have been made up. So let's start with that. So to make a vault catalyst, we need some Larimar and Beniatite. It seems I'm detecting a pattern here. A lot of the low-level stuff requires these two gems. So let's fortune some of those up and see what we can get. I wonder what this recipe is for, because it seems like I don't know. Why would you do this? Maybe this can reset some vault catalysts? I don't know. Somebody help me out with this one. This doesn't make any sense to me. When you combine a crystal with a catalyst, you get one positive attribute and one negative attribute, at least as far as I'm aware. And it looks like this one has the positive attribute locked in as optimistic. So give me a minute, let me figure out what optimistic actually does. So optimistic gives us an extra 5 minutes of vault time, which is pretty darn good. So let me look at some of the combinations of crystals and catalysts and see if there's any worth keeping. So of the mix, I think Speedy and Unlucky is probably the best option because I have my hat, which gives me a +1 luck modifier. So we'll take Speedy and Unlucky. I think that's worth it. Well, I think we'll save this vault catalyst with the optimistic and do that later. Now, you can keep adding catalysts to these crystals. So, hey, let's see what we get if we add this optimistic to this already speedy, and we get, we get the +5, -5 on this one. Well, that's not so good. That's a complete waste of a catalyst. I'm going to put our special speedy catalyst over here, though. In between episodes, I have been very, very busy. As you can see, I've got a nice beacon up here, and, well, that's a little bit of a flex, quite honestly. But I've also made a couple of new farms. Now, one of the things I found that I was short on when making those vault crystals was cactus. So I've made a nice big cactus farm here, and it's been pretty productive. Yep, it's been pretty productive. The other thing that I've made is this sugarcane farm. I didn't have any kind of sugarcane farm, and I felt it was time to make something. Now this design is from Tango Tech, and I do really like this sugarcane farm design. It's very compact and very dense, and it doesn't really have a lot of loss. A lot of sugarcane farms that we see are very lossy, and this one does not because of the bars and because it only lets the sugarcane grow 2 blocks tall. So now you see I got the beacon there, and I've really flattened out this area. I had fun with the rocket arrows, but nothing beats instant mining with a beacon, honestly. Now inside, I've made a lot of expansions as well. I really expanded into this area for all the vault stuff. I've really spread out all of the vault-related items so that they can be better organized in these chests. And all in all, I'm happy with that. Oh, and I also completed the last vault crystal recipe. So we are looking really good on vault crystals. And of course, I've gone mining some more in between time. I've also really expanded out the villager trading hall. I am certain that I'm going to let a zombie through in here because I've got a few zombie spawn eggs, so this would be a good way to use one, and zombify all of these villagers up. And I do have enough golden apples to be able to cure them again. One of the things that I had heard or read on the Discord was that if you zombify a villager and then later pick it up, you lose those zombie discounts. I haven't seen that that's the case, but I don't want to take the chance, and I knew I wanted to make this bigger. So I got lots of room. I'm going to set up a few more villager trading areas because I want to get like a leather worker and some of the other professions laid out that I haven't done yet, but I just haven't got around to it yet. At the end of the last episode, I got a backpack from my trader core over here. And I had to spend a little time figuring out how to make it work, because it's really not that obvious, honestly. So your backpack goes into your back slot here, which is very cool because it doesn't interfere with your chest slot, obviously. And I had to set up some new keybinds in order to be able to, one, open the backpack, and two, be able to toggle the auto pickup feature on and off. So once I got these things set up, it becomes a lot easier to try to use. And so if we look at my inventory right now, I only have these gold nuggets in my hand here. I throw some out and then run and pick them up. They do not go into my inventory, but instead go into the backpack slots. One of the other things that I had wanted to get is this infinite water bucket for a gold, and that's a little expensive, but also very useful. But one of my commenters said that you can just use an infinity book on a water bucket in order to get an infinite water bucket. So I want to give that a shot. So I grabbed myself an infinity book and put it on the anvil like so, and it says that we cannot do this. It's not going to allow us to make it on a water bucket. I really don't know if, like, let's try to dump out this water. That's kind of making a mess, but can we put infinity on an empty water bucket? No, we cannot. The way I understand it is that was true in Season 1, or the previous version of Vault Hunters. It's not true currently. So there's a new recipe for an infinite water bucket that requires a pog and a perfect alexandrite. Wow. That is expensive and well beyond my capabilities at this point. So in my mind, it is much better and cheaper to buy this for gold, which I think I'm going to do right now. So with gold in hand, let's buy that infinite water bucket. I do believe it would have helped me a fair amount when making those two farms as it is, but you know, it's something you can live with. And so, as the name implies, with an infinite water bucket, you can just keep putting it down. You don't have to, well, I mean, the water source is infinite. This is the same as your creative water bucket. The problem is picking water back up then becomes a little harder, and you've basically got to replace the water source. But nevertheless, in the vault, I think an infinite water bucket can really help out. And so, yeah, that's what I'm getting that for. All right, well, let's start off with a good old-fashioned vault run and see what we can get. I am always nervous doing this. Plentiful and strong. Wow, this is great. And 5 obelisks. I really don't like this room. I'm going to get over there just enough to get that thing and get out. Overall, this vault had some pretty good rooms. Found a village room, although no end portal, again, as usual it seems. Then a couple god altars as I went along. Next was a crystal room, then an Old West room, and finally the End Planet room, all of which were really good for the plentiful modifiers. Eventually, I found the last obelisk and was able to summon the boss. Let's do it. Boss fight went really quickly, again, thanks to Power Bar and Rampage. Easy. And there's the boss crate. Alright, loot reveal time. Got our vanilla blocks over here. Got a good amount of compressed blocks, a couple diamond blocks, and some good ancient debris. All good stuff. Got our vault stuff over here. A lot of trader cores. Got a statue. That one does metamorphic taiga stone. Got some good gems, etc. The big one is bomb ignite. That's one of the unique gems, so that's really cool. And of course, some cookies. Got midway to 14, so let's see if we can get to 15. Remember, 15 was my goal. I'm not the betting kind, but I'm thinking we can do it. Oh yeah. There we go. Level 15. And what did I want specifically? Yep, I wanted the Fortune Vein Miner. Oh no. Level 20. Ah, finesse is level 15. No, no, no. We don't want finesse. I don't really care about finesse. I want fortune. Well, that's a little unfortunate. I've got 6 skill points, and the one talent that I had said that I wanted was Step Up. This was the one that I wanted because it lets you step up full blocks without the auto jump, which generally slows you down. So, you know, if anybody's watched my tier list video, I put this one at the bottom of the tier because it takes 5 skill points. And that video is really focused at trying to help new players pick their initial skills and talents to get started and get to the first vaults. Now that we're much further along in the vault, step makes a lot of sense, and I'm going to do that. I think for right now I'm going to keep my skill point and not get any other skills. All right, well, back to the loot. What did we get in the boss crate? I've been trying to take on more bosses and get more boss crates. So, let's see. Oh, a full netherite chest plate. That's pretty cool. Some vault dust, some cookies. Good stuff. Again, not great, but then it was down to the wire when I killed the boss. I'm not expecting good loot from the boss, but you know what? 7 cookies. We might even get to level 16 with that. Well, let's see. Oh yeah, we've had some good rolls on these experiences. Nice! Level 16. One of the biggest loot pieces that I got out of this vault was a key piece. This is the first time I've ever found a key piece, and you need some of these in order to craft keys in order to get into the treasure rooms. So this will be really great to start seeing some of these. Also, I got a vault diamond. I kind of forgot to mention that, but those are always awesome. Let's see if I get any relics. Yeah, no surprise there. Now, I did get some things in my backpack, and I did go ahead and set up some other items to go into the filter, but I had to remember to manually throw them back out. And honestly, it didn't work out so well. I don't know if I'm going to keep this setup or not, but it was interesting to try. Why does Stress Monster look like Mumbo Jumbo? This is really cool. This gives you your skin in real time. We just watched Discal's video in which he gave this challenge to Stress and had her wear this new suit. So this is crazy. It's actually like getting the stuff in real time. It's getting your skin in real time. And this is Stress Monster's current skin right now to look like Mumbo Jumbo. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch Iscal's Hermitcraft video. Now, I also picked up a number of these spawn eggs in the latest vault runs, so let's make another set of hostile mob spawn eggs and see what kind of luck we have with them. We might get something really great in order to put into the spawners downstairs. 2 more guardians. Skeleton. I don't have a natural skeleton spawner. That might not be bad. Magma cube. That could be really good because you can use the magma cream to make magma and not have to go mine it in the nether. Another enderman, a vindicator, and another blaze. All right. Nothing amazing, as in a wither skeleton would be amazing in my book. I got 2 more of the regular mystery spawn eggs, so let's see what we get there. Since my cow spawn egg was ruined. Sheep. You know what? I'll take a sheep spawn egg and put it in that cow spawner that I made, and I think that'll work out really well. So here we are once again at the mob farm, and you see the guardian spawner is working just fine. It's time to expand it a little bit. I've grabbed one of those sheep eggs because that's going to be going in place of where I had planned for the cows, but then I want to also convert another one into drown. Drown are particularly difficult and valuable because they get the Nautilus shells and the Tridents. You may say, oh, but wait, you can't get those things from a zombie that's been converted to a drown. You're right, but if you put a drown spawn egg in a spawner, it will start generating naturally spawned drown, and you can get Tridents and Nautilus shells. And so this is what I think we need to focus on, because sooner or later, one of those things is going to come up on the altar, and I want to be ready. But first, let's get that new sheep spawner up and running. Let's hope this one goes better than last time. And no, it did not. It's still a spider. What is going on? I mean, we got 3 sheep from one spawn egg, but that is still a spider spinning in there. It says spawner, cave spider. Now I am baffled. So I am back here once again with another spawn egg. This time I'm going to try the polar bear spawn egg because, well, I don't care about the polar bear too awful much. I've also dug out under the spawner because when I changed the guardian spawner, I did it from underneath. So I'm going to try this and see what this works. And there it goes. Okay. And there's a polar bear up there. Wow. I wonder why it has to be underneath, it would seem. Okay, well, I do have the other sheep spawn egg. So let's try to change it to a sheep. And there we go. Now it's a sheep. Huh. Well, I guess that's fine. Well, you guys saw it too. I don't know why it works that way, but apparently you got to come at it from underneath in order to change the spawn type. So, good to know on something that wasn't exactly critical. I find it really weird, but I guess it's good that I found it out on this instead of the drown. Now this spawner down here is the one that I think I want to convert to a drown. I've got some digging out to do, and I'll show you the design in a little bit. Drown are particularly difficult in this scenario, I am afraid. Okay, this drown farm is almost done, and I have yet to convert the cave spider spawner to be a drown, but one thing at a time. So let's quickly explain how this farm works. Up above, you can see some dirt where I plan to put a bunch of water sources and then remove all the dirt so that we have flowing water flowing all the way down to where these signs are. Drown will spawn in flowing water. They will not spawn in soul sand, which is why it has to be done this way. Now, the thing that makes this farm a little difficult is because drown have two different AI patterns. When it's day, they will spawn and then just sink to the bottom, where they will fall into this area and then track toward this turtle egg and go up the bubble column. Now at night, drown will try to hang out in this water here, and they will see another different turtle egg over here, and again track through these signs into the bubble column, where they will be whisked away to the top. But because of the different AI that drown will use depending on whether it's day or night, a farm like this was a little tricky to build. Now you might also wonder why this opening is 3 blocks wide both here and above. That's because they tend to bunch up and they tend to get stuck. So by making it 3 wide, the aim is to make it as easy as possible for the drown to get into the bubble column and get whisked all the way to the top. Now I do only have 1 drown spawn egg, and as we saw from the other room, it seems like you've got to apply these from the bottom. So I hope this goes okay. It does look like it. It looks like it's no longer a spider, so I think we're good. All of these torches will get washed away as soon as the water comes down, so now I just need to clean this up, button it up, and then worry about the top part. I will say, having the infinite water bucket has made it a lot easier. I don't need to go get kelp in order to make this bubble column. Can you hear all those zombie noises? There is another spawner close to here as I'm working on this. So I just had to investigate, and you see all this? There's another part of the mega dungeon or something way up here, and there's a spawner right here. I guarantee it. If I would dig through there, but I'm not going to do that. That sounds like a whole lot of bad for right now. I am fairly high up, and there's no way that it's going to be in range while I'm running the other part of the mega dungeon right down here. But something to check out later, and very interesting that basically, I don't know, 20, 30 blocks above me, there's more spawners. Pretty crazy. And look at that. There is a Trident guy right there. Let's go into F6 free cam and confirm. Yep, he is holding a Trident. What do you think my odds are, huh? We know the odds. They're about 8%. And there's a Trident! It works! It works! Oh, I am glad that I got this done. And got a Nautilus shell too. No more Tridents, but you know what? That just proves this farm works for what I want it for, which is the shell and the Trident. So it's a little slow, but it works. And that is important. Well, I've spent the last few hours down here AFKing, killing ground. I did do a little bit of reconfiguring as well, but all in all, this thing is working out pretty well. Now, if you look at my spoils over here, aside from that first Trident I got on camera, I've gotten 3 more Tridents and 18 Nautilus shells. Even if this farm isn't very fast, it does indeed produce, and I'm glad I made it. Now, a totally different issue is that sheep spawner has been very productive. Not only do I have a lot of good wool here, but look at all that meat that I've collected. I did this because I knew the altar needed pork and beef, and I assumed that it needed mutton. But it doesn't. The altar uses white wool, which now I'm getting plenty of, but I had plenty of already from the wool farm that I already had. So the whole sheep spawner really is not doing very much for me. I think I'm going to turn it off and then try to get another cow spawn egg at some point. There's something else, though, that's really, really important that we need to go take care of right now, though. So it was just a couple episodes we were talking about going past 50 subscribers, and just a few days ago, we went past 100 subscribers. I cannot believe it. Yay! And I am so thankful and amazed by your support. I just find it hard to believe. My mind is blown. So, in order to commemorate this momentous occasion, I'm going to have to build an awesome Tower of Awesomeness to celebrate the peeps that are involved in making it to this momentous occasion. Thank you so much. So here I am on top of this pointy hilltop next to my base down there. I think this is a great spot to place the Tower of Awesomeness, and I'll be able to see it all the time and just be reminded of how awesome you guys really are. Now I've got a lot of this marble from one of my gifter statues, and marble is a very appropriate thing to make a memorial out of, so let's use this. And there we have it, the Tower of Awesomeness. I think it's pretty cool. Now we got to go put some names on it of some awesome people. The first name to go onto the Tower of Awesomeness is the 100th subscriber. But you see that little asterisk there? I don't really actually know who the 100th subscriber is. YouTube only lets me see the subscribers that have their profiles public. So, all I can really say is this is the last person to subscribe to the channel who has a public profile up until this point. And that is Enchanting Viper 918. Your name is so long it doesn't even fit on the sign. But thank you so much for the subscription. You are, as far as I can tell, the closest person to be the 100th subscriber. So next we have a few more awesome peeps. These are folks that did a lot of commenting early on in the channel history and I think had a big impact. Bradford House had a lot of really good comments and feedback. Kirstigas was really encouraging. I really appreciate the positive comments. Hellfire Maid actually reached out to me through Discord and we've had some good discussions. By the way, they make good videos. Scott Christofferson, you made really good suggestions for farms, which I did take you up on that, by the way. And Michelle D'Israeli, you had really good feedback as well, and lots of really encouraging comments. So I appreciate all of you folks immensely. Maybe in the future we can come back and add more names to the Tower of Awesomeness. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. I have spent way too long blabbering about things, and we got to get this video out. So I really appreciate you all for watching. I really appreciate the support and subscriptions and comments and the like. So I hope the long format actually works for everybody. Please give me a comment down below if you like the extended time. I feel like sometimes I can't cut anything out and that I got a lot more that I want to say, but I'm just a little hesitant to let it go long. Also, keep an eye out. I've got some big news coming soon that I can't wait to share with you when we're ready. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. Remember, be excellent to each other. I'm out.